Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Unofficial. I'm Dustin. I'm here with my co-hosts Dave, Christian, and Matt. We're going to break down some Week 5 NFL for you. And we got a little Guess Who game Dave's got for us at the end of the show. Christian, how you feeling today?
Excited. Excited to be back.
Excited to talk about Matt Canada again?
But you guys just know. At this point, when it comes down to that conversation, I'm just kind of be like, I'm gonna shorten that up because at this point, it's just taking too long.
The burner man.
Yeah. No. I'm feeling all right. Had a good little day at work, so I'm excited.
There you go. Dave, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing okay. I'm gonna stop being optimistic about the Panthers season, and I'm just gonna say it how it is. I think the Bears are gonna have the first and second overall pick this year, and that's gonna be sad.
I agree with you. Matt, how you doing?
Good, just a little bit tired, but
Feel you. Long weekend of football we just had. All right, well, without further ado, let's just jump right into it. We got our first key matchup of the week. We're going to break down Jags-Bills real quick before we jump into our teams. Fuzz, what do you think about this one? How do you feel?
Well, after what I just saw them Buffalo Bills do last week, man, and I don't know, Jacksonville's not looking that good, honestly. They're struggling. So I'm going to go Bills on this one. Josh Allen's going to have a freaking field day. He's been playing pretty good the last couple games, so I'm banking on him going for like 3 tutties, 300 yards. He's going to have a day.
Yeah, I mean, hey, the Jags have been over there since last week, though.
That's true. They do. You're right. I didn't even. Is it a London one? Is that what?
Yes.
Is that what this one is?
Is it a London game?
It's an because I think they're doing it in like 3 or 4 different places this year, right? They're doing like Mexico,
Germany.
Yeah.
It's the first time in history that it was back-to-back London games for like a team.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
well, then they might be used to it. And I swear, selfishly, Travis Etienne better go crazy. So,
little fantasy plug.
Little fantasy plug.
I'm right there with you. I think the Jags having that advantage. I don't know if it'll matter much. I think if the Falcons had any other quarterback than Desmond Ridder, they might have won that game last week. I mean, lopsided score, but I do like that Falcons team. I think they're pretty good. Bills, though, like you said, they're just what they just did last week. I mean,
that's true.
They just beat who I thought the best team in the NFL was.
Yeah, exactly. Quick question: did they confirm that Tre'Davious White his injury was
season
ending?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, because I never saw anything after it. I just heard it.
It was Achilles, wasn't it?
I believe it was Achilles, if I'm not if I read it right.
Damn, prayers up to Tre'Davious White, man.
Definitely.
Matt, how you feel about this matchup?
I got the Bills. They're very good at football, and the Jags aren't very good at football right now, so I'll go with the Bills.
Fair pick. Dave, how you feeling?
I got the Bills.
You don't believe in Dougie P?
Well, you see, I had a lot of faith in Miami to do good against the Bills, and their offense is way better than what Jacksonville's is. So I just don't see where this is a game Jaguars win. But you never know. I mean, if there's any sort of advantage, it is being over in London for an extra week once the Bills are probably just getting there recently. Might not
I agree with you.
When they fly out, to be honest. So
I agree with you. I don't know how much it'll play into factor with the just being over there for 2 weeks. Like you said, it's the first time it's ever happened, so they could be either on the right side or wrong side of history. They could end up 0-1 or 1-0 in that stat that they're going to make up. But I do want to jump into Christian. Pause. I do want to jump into the Steelers. I know Christian's excited to get into it. Christian, how you feel about last week and how you feel about your upcoming game?
Okay, let's take a step back real fast. I am not excited at all to discuss the Steelers after what happened last week. That was both sides of the ball, just an absolute embarrassment from start to finish. I mean, the defense couldn't stop that. Levi Wallace is, I believe I hit on it a little bit last week, but I gave him a little slack. He was guarding Devontae Adams, who I have to imagine everybody has him as a top 3 wide receiver in the NFL. So I gave him a little slack, but I don't see a top, I don't know, what would we go here, top 20 wide receiver on this Texans team, and he just got absolutely dominated. So I don't want to see him playing football anymore. We need to get Joey Porter Jr. in there. That's just, I just
I
feel
like
like
JPJ.
it's time. Yeah, I do too. He's done really good this year. He did have a holding penalty. Well, should have been a holding penalty. I believe it was against.
It was against Cleveland. It was on the final drive of the game.
Yes, that's what it was. Okay, so yeah, that should have been called, but offensively, I can't sit here and I can't talk crap offensively until I see Matt Canada out of there. I'm just gonna throw. We talked about this a little bit here a little bit ago, but apparently Matt Canada has made a burner Twitter account and is roasting the whole Steelers organization, everybody, top to bottom. Even Chris Boswell was blasted. What did Chris Boswell do?
What was your favorite tweet?
My favorite one? He had one that it was something along the lines of, "Am I turning the ball over?" He was basically taking a shot at Kenny. He's just, I can't with that man. He's causing way too many problems at this rate. I mean, and I will hit on this. I mean, I have to imagine you guys agree with this. So on 4th and 1, we ran that shotgun play. We ran that exact same play in a 2nd down and 18. How many coaches in the league have a play in their 4th and 1 that is also in their 2nd and long side of the playbook there? To me, it just doesn't make any sense. He doesn't make sense. So if he could just please resign or
What do you mean?
away.
That makes the most sense.
I don't
I
think
mean, at least like the right players were on the field for the call, unlike the Panthers. Our head coach coming out after the game saying, "Oh yeah, we called a play that we had to call a timeout on because the only person the play could go to was Adam Thielen, and he wasn't in the game."
Okay, well, that's embarrassing. I'm glad we haven't had that happen yet, but I'm still not happy with what I'm seeing with this team. Defensively and offensively, thanks to Matt Canada offensively, but defensively it's just atrocious. The only bright spot on our team has been TJ Watt in that whole line, in that front 7. They can get in there. I mean, they force CJ Stroud to make some bad throws. So pause. But yeah, it's been tough. And this week we got Baltimore, and I don't see it getting any easier.
Prettier.
Yeah, I don't. For some reason, it just seems like we've seen it against Cleveland. We play these tough teams, and all of a sudden we're a whole different football team than you saw the week before. So I'm anticipating a close game, but I'm not banking on I don't expect to see a good offensive performance whatsoever.
Well, I don't want to hate on the Steelers and agree with you, but I will agree with you on the pick. I got the Ravens this week in that game.
Yeah, unfortunately I have to.
Dave, how you feel about that matchup?
I'm going to go with Pittsburgh because for some reason that defense always performs extremely well against Lamar Jackson.
That's
I
fair
don't know
point.
what it is about it, but they can have like the worst week of their lives the week before, and then Lamar Jackson comes into town, and they're like, "Yeah, we can beat this guy for some reason."
They dialed
very
up.
True. Has Zay Flowers had a 100-yard game yet this year? I don't believe he has. Correct?
Why'd you just do that to yourself?
No, because I was literally just about to say if he hasn't, he's about to.
I was going to say, I mean, now he might.
No, he's about to. If he hasn't had one yet, he's about to. Because Levi, he's going to put Levi Wallace ain't even going to know where this man's at off the line of scrimmage. He gone. So it's going to be bad.
Matt, how you feel about this game? That's it. interdivision matchup? I know you got your eyes on it.
I got the Ravens. I just don't think Pittsburgh's defense is going to do enough to keep them in the game. And I think that's the only way they do win the game. And also, Baltimore has a lot of players returning. I think Marlon Humphrey practiced for the first time since his surgery. Odell's back. Bateman's back too, I think. And one of their linemen. So I'm
Is it
just going with
Linderbaum?
the Ravens. I'm not sure.
Ravens across the board except for Dave.
Except for Dave.
That's a shocking pick. Dave, you touched on it a little bit. You want to dive into Carolina?
Yeah. So, good news coming out of every report I've seen is they are in the market for a number one receiver. And it's not just another receiver to bring in. They're not bringing in a Claypool type player. That's not what they want. They want an actual top tier number one guy. So, like, they contacted Arizona about Hollywood Brown. I'm going to guess they probably contacted the Raiders about Adams. If they haven't, they're dumb. The only team that I've heard they've reached out to was Arizona right now, but I also got reports that he is on the phone 24/7 pretty much trying to get a deal done to get a number one receiver. So I'm going to guess some names that probably he's been talking about was Devontae Adams, Hollywood Brown, Jerry Jeudy, somebody of that caliber. Probably, I heard they might have called about T. Higgins, but the Bengals shut down that because they want to keep him right now in case they turn the season around. I think it's kind of dumb for Cincinnati to keep on to somebody like that once he's not even under contract next year right now, and you might as well trade the pick for picks and stuff rather than keeping a person around.
Yeah.
That most likely won't be on the roster next year because I don't see them paying him what he's going to want because he's going to want receiver one money. But other than that, it's just been a dumpster fire. The Panthers have shot themselves in the foot so many weeks now. It's every game pretty much they're shooting themselves in the foot one way or another. They had the lead going in the second half this game, and you give up a defensive touchdown on a play that we were either in the red zone or really close to the red zone from a strip sack fumble. We gave up 3 sacks to Harrison Smith. That's a safety. I don't even know if he's had 3 sacks in a season before, and he just did it in one game. So it's just terrible. And the play calling's not great. The one thing that's bothering me the most is how late they're coming out of the huddle. They're coming out of the huddle with at most 10 seconds on the play clock left, and you have a quarterback that likes reading the defenses and being able to make changes because he can do that because how smart he is, and he's not getting time to do any adjustments, or it's a delay of game pretty much. So I guess another plus has been Bryce has improved every single week. He's looked better and better every single week. So that's a plus. Not the season that I'm wanting at this point. I don't feel like on paper this team should be 0-4, but here we are. But it's not going to get any better this week. We play Detroit, and that might be a massacre.
I know. I do apologize, Dave, but like I said with us, I'm not gonna critique the team, but I do agree with you on the pick. I got the Lions in that game. I just think everything's going right for them, and like you said, everything's just going wrong for you guys. And until you get that receiver one, it could turn your season around. I'm curious to know who's your wish list though. Who, if you had to give me 3 in order, who would you want?
So if they want to turn this season around, Devontae Adams is number 1. Mm-hmm. If they want for the future, I want Jerry Jeudy, Hollywood Brown, or T. Higgins.
Okay. Okay, that's a solid list. I like that. Matt, how
because
you feel about this game?
I like the Lions. Just another case of they're good at football, and right now the Panthers aren't so good at football. I do agree Bryce has looked better each week, and the defense doesn't look bad. I mean, I don't think they've really had a completely, like, they haven't had a terrible game this year. They've had, like, all right games and good games. So that's a plus. You just got to get rolling on offense. But Lions, last year, their defense at this point was on pace to be the worst in history. And this year, they've allowed the least amount of rushing yards, and their offense is very good.
Fuzz, how you feel about this game?
Yeah, sorry, Dave. I got to go with the Lions here as well. I don't know. Everything just seems to be clicking for them right now. They're not looking bad on defense, and they got a really good duo running back system going there. So I'm expecting them to keep
Is,
rolling.
is J-Mo back this week?
Yeah,
Yeah, Williams is back this week.
maybe he'll get.
I thought it was a 6-game suspension for him.
They reduced it to 5.
Oh, I didn't know
4.
that.
4. No, yeah, 4. My bad. And he was eligible to come back in week 5.
Oh, okay. Well,
There we go.
that creates a problem.
Not really.
We'll jump into some other AFC. Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, we just held Justin Jefferson to 85 yards, and he's not better than Justin Jefferson. Simple as that. And Kirk Cousins is a better quarterback.
Fair.
I agree with that.
So I don't really see that being the problem. It's going to be.
I mean, the only reason that I would disagree there is because I think that
Wait.
Lions
You
have a
think
better
Cousins
run
is
game.
better than Goff?
Yeah.
I do, yes.
I mean, yardage wise, he's pretty much been
Oh,
better.
I mean, career wise, I like, but right now,
Yeah.
I mean, Kirk Cousins, other than wins, is having a really good year. Like
Phenomenal
statistically, he's the only reason they've been in games.
He could have done without a couple of those interceptions last week. But,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean,
Well, yeah. So I mean, but and St. Brown's hurt right now. He's questionable to play.
it makes sense. I actually wasn't aware of that, but I just still think
I am because
that
I'm a
run
fantasy
game.
owner.
Yeah, I still think their run game's going to open up the pass, and it's going to create a problem because they can run the ball really well.
Yeah, they can. Their defense does look good, though. I like what Gardner Johnson's doing for them. He's everywhere.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And Branch, when he's on the field, he's a dog too. But I do want to jump into the. Oh yeah, he got hurt 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
He gets hurt every game. It seems like.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Rookie, right?
Yeah.
Brian Branch.
I do want to jump into some other AFC North matchups. We got Matt. How you want to touch on Cleveland this week?
Well, we have a bye week this week, but last week, I don't really like Kevin Stefanski. I mean, at first, one dude tweeted saying that Stefanski told Deshaun not to play last week, and now it was reported that Deshaun chose not to play last week. Our GM, I think it was, said that during the week until like late in the week, Deshaun couldn't even lift his arm above his shoulder. So I don't know how I feel about the whole injury thing. All I know is Stefanski said he went in there with a game plan for Watson, thinking Watson was going to play Sunday. Rookie DTR plays the Ravens, who are like, I think like 20-0 against the past 20 rookie quarterbacks that they've played or something. I forget. But one, probably not the best game plan to go in there with a rookie quarterback throwing that much. And even if the case was that the game plan was for Deshaun, if he couldn't lift his shoulder or arm above his shoulder, then I don't know why we wanted to open our drive with so many passes and dig a hole. But I don't like Stefanski. Don't like Deshaun much right now because if he was able to play, probably should play in a division game when your next game's against the Niners.
I didn't even know, like I said, until I woke up that day that Watson was out. I checked fantasy and he was just out, and I was like, Matt, why is he not playing? And
That's same thing happened to me. I ended up putting Anthony Richardson in at quarterback in my league because of it.
how'd that turn out?
I don't. Was that the? Yeah, no, it actually turned out quite well. I think he got.
That's what I meant. I because he had 2 rushing touchdowns, didn't he?
Yeah, he got. I think he had 2 rushing touchdowns. They had a passing touchdown. I don't know, he put some points on the board. He ended up getting me like 25 points or something like that. I ended up. Sorry, Jeff. I ended up whooping Jeff's butt a little bit. So.
Keister.
Yeah, you gotta keep moving on. That's the league where I lost Mike Williams and Nick Chubb for the season.
Damn. And you're still competing.
And I'm still competing. Well, I mean, it helps that I drafted DeAndre Swift as a RB3.
Mm-hmm.
So I got Travis Etienne and DeAndre Swift back there. But
nice little combo.
Yeah, it's nice. Does a job.
Well, I guess if last but not least, great win. Chiefs, they're starting to look more and more like the Chiefs. That second half, not so much, but I was really happy with how the first half went against the Jets. I know Zach Wilson played the game of his life, but I mean,
yeah, he did.
I'm pretty sure I said that on the last show, did I not? That watch him just tear us up like his one game of his career.
I don't remember.
Anyway, I'm glad with how the defense is playing. I see all the memes that we get bailed out by some referees, and I even agree with the end of the game call that wasn't you can't call that on Sauce right there. It's just not a great time. Like Sauce even said it best. They were allowing it the whole game, and then they go at him like for like the most like key play of the game. Like it's kind of like what happened to us against the Lions whenever Jawan got called with like 2 minutes left for the first time, like because Dan Campbell just like waited for the perfect time to tell the ref. We get the penalty, and it ends up like in the long run losing us that game. But that's what lost them this game for the Jets, because in all honesty, the way they looked, they probably should have won the game. He doesn't fumble, they probably win, and if that penalty doesn't go, they probably win. And that's just like 2 scenarios on its own. But got a big game against the Vikings this week. It's a game we cannot fall trap victims to. We need to win. I mean, I know it's an NFC opponent. It truthfully like does not matter that much, but got to keep stacking these wins. The schedule doesn't get any easier. The Vikings, like you said, their defense hasn't looked the best, so I feel confident. I just hope it's not a trap game. That's all. But I do think we'll come out of this one with a win. Probably in the 24 to 28 range, maybe.
It's a little bit.
I believe we're in Minnesota, though.
A little bit closer than I would have expected you to go with that one.
They can score.
Yeah, they can, absolutely. But I think you guys have a really good defense. I really like that young corner you guys have. He was a rookie last year, right? Yeah, he was a rookie
McDuffie. Well, we had 2 rookies. We had Jalen Watson and McDuffie last year.
Oh, okay. And then obviously Nick Bolton didn't play last week, right? He's hurt. Or did I see something wrong? I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure he played. That was just Sunday.
I could be wrong. It could have been a different week, but I remember hearing the announcer mentioning something about Bolton not being out there.
I
like the way your defense is playing.
Yeah, I really like what's his name? Oh my lord, I just spaced completely on this guy's name. Karlaftis. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
It's hard to pronounce his name sometimes. George Karlaftis, he's a beast. He's balling. I think he's helping with Chris Jones and the volume he takes, but I agree with you. They're just a bunch of young guys. They're surprising me with how well they played, but we'll see if it holds up.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I don't know. I have you guys winning this one as well. I mean,
sorry, Derek.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, Derek. I just feel like for me, your offense is insanely good and your defense has been playing really well. And I think we all know what happens when Mahomes plays a defense that isn't very good. It usually ends up in an
Especially,
absolute massacre. And
yeah,
then,
especially after a should have been 3-pick game.
yeah, and then, yeah, exactly. When Mahomes has bad games, even though Mahomes he threw 2 picks, but he didn't play bad the whole. Like, it wasn't a terrible game. Oh, I mean, it's terrible from Mahomes standards,
Mm.
but
He was missing throws though.
yeah. But I mean, it could have been a lot worse. Like I've seen quarterbacks play a lot worse already this year. Shout out Sam Howell. Uh, but yeah, I'm going Kansas City by a comfortable at least 14-point margin.
Okay, Dave, how you feel?
I have the Chiefs. As long as you don't give up 3 sacks to Harrison Smith, you're probably good.
Matt, what do you think?
Chiefs, they're just better at football.
Matt's got the best reasoning.
He's got the best reasoning every time. This team's not good at football, and this team's better at football.
I mean, it's honest though.
It is. It is honest.
And speaking of a team that's just not good at football, let's jump into the Bears and Commanders. Sorry, Luke.
Sorry, Luke.
I got the Commanders personally in this game. I felt like they lost a tough one last week, and they've shown some real like signs of being a good team. And yeah, I like the Commanders.
I will say Justin Fields played phenomenal last week. I will give him that. He had a couple of stupid plays, but played phenomenal. But I'm still going Commanders in this one, 21-17.
Good pick.
I'm
Good
going
pick.
Redskins on this one. I can't wait till they start getting called the Redskins again. I'm going to be on that bandwagon until they're called the Redskins again.
I thought the football team was cool.
I hate.
I think it's better than the
It was too
Commanders.
generic.
You're right. It was just better than the Commanders.
Yeah, the Command.
Yeah,
I don't
so-
like that one at all.
I like the Washington Redskins. I really think it's a really beautiful name. And so do the people that it is named after because they are suing to get it back. So,
Wonder where we've heard that name before.
what name? The Redskins?
The Redskins, Washington Redskins.
I don't
I'm just
know.
curious.
South Park.
It just sounds catchy.
They are a team in South Park. That's right. But we won't dive into too much on that. Matt, how you feel about this game?
I got the Commanders. Don't really think either team is going to. I mean, obviously, the Bears aren't going to do much this year, but the Commanders are better than what I thought to this point. But yeah, they're going to be 3-2 after this week.
The only game that they really played complete, like, was the one game that Sam Howell threw, like, a lot of interceptions. That was the only
4
game that, like,
interceptions.
The Bills.
that was the only game that really they looked terrible in. I mean,
Oh yeah, they haven't looked terrible.
No.
That's why I said they've
Well,
been
no,
a lot better than what I thought.
Yeah, they shocked me a lot too.
Yeah,
it's like, I mean, they
they
MVP
played Philly
Philly.
well.
Mm-hmm.
But I will give Justin kudos. It was a great game. He needs to continue
Not fumble.
not fumble and not throw an interception right to a guy. But
Yeah.
But I don't even care about like last week. Like so much more. Like you can't only blame him for the reason Broncos came back.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a whole team just crumbling
Yeah,
from that big
absolutely.
lead. But what I'm saying is, I think he needs to string some more games like that. Like, not obviously not that great because if he's doing that multiple times in a row, then we're going to start saying he's the best quarterback in the NFL. But
I mean,
just at least put like decent game. I mean, if he plays the way he did last week, we're going to start saying he's the best. Like if he like consistently does that.
oh,
That's
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean.
for sure.
Like, But no,
Probably. If he's throwing 4 touchdowns every game, yeah.
If he starts every game 16 for 16 with 270 yards passing, yeah.
Yeah.
but what he just needs to put decent games in a row. Like
Mm-hmm.
let's see, like
Some consistency.
consistency, and then I'll start saying, hey, I maybe was wrong about Justin Fields. But until that happens, I'm not going to be saying I'm wrong about Justin Fields.
Yeah.
I agree. Next game we got Saints Pats. Dave, how you feel about this one? You got a divisional team?
Dang it. We're hoping for a tie because I don't like Mac Jones. Bailey Zappi needs to start. And then I'll root for the Pats this game. I just don't like Mac Jones, and I'm going to go. I'm going to be beating that drum till they bench him. He is a dirty football player, and I don't want to see him on the field anymore. He's awful at football too. I'm glad he got scorpioned. Like that was like the greatest thing ever. And I don't like the Saints. They're a good football team. I don't like them. But I think the Saints win this game. I do like J.C. Jackson. I mean, Matt called that. He said somehow that dude's going to end up back in New England. And it happened.
He just was not the answer. I almost said San Diego, but same team.
Yeah.
Same team.
They should go back to San Diego.
How you feel about this game, Fuzz?
Bill Belichick's gonna cook something up, and I got them taking this one. I'm gonna go with a nice score of 20-17.
Mac Jones.
Dave, what was your score prediction?
Oh, I didn't give a score prediction. I think the Saints will score more points than the Patriots.
That's
fair. Matt, how you feel?
okay.
Fuzzy, you talked me into taking the Patriots last week.
I know. Listen, I was not happy.
And I'm going to take them again.
Yes.
And he's going to blame you if it doesn't work.
Yeah, exactly.
It's always my fault.
That's fair.
I think this game's just going to come down to coaching. Both teams have played some tough games so far, like close games. I mean, last week was a different story for the Patriots, but I also don't think the Saints are nearly as good as what Dallas is. So
I agree.
give me
Absolutely.
the Patriots.
I got the Saints in this one. I just think they're a better team. I'll take the Saints.
Straight 2-2 split.
Yeah. I like it. Right down the middle.
Right down the middle.
Christian Gonzalez out for the year too.
Then that means my rookie defensive player of the year award is finalized last week. I win. My prediction wins.
Witherspoon's been playing better, low key.
Who was your prediction again? I forget.
Christian Gonzalez.
He's out
He
for the
wins
year.
automatically?
Yeah.
He got hurt. That means I win.
Yeah. It's kind of like one of them free bets on like.
Oh, okay.
This is actually a game I'm excited to see. This next one, the Titans and Colts. How you feel about this one, Dave?
So, Titans just won last week, didn't they?
Yes. Beat
So
the
that means
hell
they're
out of the
gonna-
Bengals.
Yeah.
It means they're going to lose this week because Dustin said it. They're going to
Every
win
other week. And I'm picking it accordingly. I will pick them every other week until it doesn't work.
So I'm going with the Colts because it worked last week. So I think Dustin's on to something here.
Let's go, AR5. Let's go. Fuzz, how you feel?
I don't believe in that Titans quarterback whatsoever. As a rookie quarterback, I put more trust in Anthony Richardson than Ryan Tannehill. So I got the Colts in this one, 27-17.
Good pick. I like that. Matt, how you feel?
I like the Titans.
He does like a Vrabel coach football team.
Yeah, they usually play running quarterbacks pretty well. And I think offensively, they might have finally gone to a groove last week with Derrick Henry. I mean, the Bengals' whole team hasn't really looked great this year, but the one part that hasn't been completely terrible has been their defense, and the Titans were able to put together some drives against them, so I'll take the Titans. And nothing against the Colts. I think they're good, played a really good game against the Rams. I just don't see Richardson's a rookie. I don't think he's going to consistently play this well. He's due for a bad game.
Fair. And against that defense, I guess I could see it against them if it's going to be against anyone. I don't know if you guys could tell, but I'm sticking with my pick. It's Colts all the way, and that's my only reasoning in this game. Like, I believe the Titans are actually a good football team. I just think watch how bad they play this week versus next week. And if it works, Matt's got to join the hype train. That's all.
He does. Hey, Will Levis is coming sooner rather than later, though.
Hey, very true, very true. Let's stay in that division. Let's bounce to the Texans and Falcons. Personally, I'll take the Texans in this game. I really like C.J. Stroud. I like how he's playing. That Tank Dell dude, monster. Monster. Nico Collins, he just seems to get open.
Yeah.
Like, he's just always open. Like, every time I see the Texans come on red zone, it's always number 12 for some reason. Or Tank Dell obviously scoring a touchdown. But keep it short, Texans. I think they actually blow the Falcons out. I'm not trying to be a hater because I did say the Falcons have a good defense, but I think the Texans have another good week because I think your defense is better than the Falcons, and I think they can replicate what they did to you guys.
Yeah.
I would say Texans also. Pre-draft, I did say I liked C.J. Stroud more than Bryce Young for the Panthers.
You did want CJ.
After the draft, I started to find out why they fell in love with Bryce so much, and I think C.J. Stroud would be having a worse year than what Bryce is right now if he was on the Panthers.
Ooh, I like that take. That's a good one.
C.J. Stroud has struggled when under pressure. That's once his bad throws come.
It was proven last week.
But that offensive line isn't putting many opportunities where he's under pressure. And Christian said earlier that the Texans don't have a top 20 receiver. If Nico Collins keeps playing this way, he is definitely in the top 20. He's the top 5 in receiving yards right now. I'm not going to put him there yet, but if he keeps playing this way, he's definitely – at the end of the year, we're going to be like, yeah, he definitely at least top 20.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm not saying he's not on his way. It was just –
Oh, no. I was just saying.
Yeah, He's been balling. But, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. If the Texans don't blow out the Falcons today, I'm done. Because that means the Steelers are absolutely embarrassing. Way more embarrassing than I thought. So I'm taking the Texans 42-6. And if that doesn't happen, I will be very upset.
I'll be upset too because I need Bijan to still do stuff. I have him in fantasy.
It's all, hey, gotta get mine. Matt, how you feel about this game?
I feel like the Falcons should start Taylor Heineke, and I would maybe pick them in this game. And but I don't like Desmond Ridder, and I think C.J. Stroud's a dog, and Nico Collins is from Michigan, having a better receiver than every Ohio State wide receiver this year. So that makes us wide receiver you, I think. And
he's letting one person carry it.
Go Texans.
All right, fair. Texans across the board, huh?
Well, one thing more with the Falcons, if I'm them, I'm dialing up Chicago.
Go get Fields.
Oh, yeah.
Fields would be a better quarterback than what Ridder is for that team.
I agree with you.
Right now, in the situation that Chicago's in, they will have the number 1 and number 2 overall pick. They are picking Caleb Williams.
And probably Marvin Harrison.
Yes.
They're probably taking him in. Like,
I think they would nuts. I think they'll trade one of the picks because I understand Marvin Harrison's a stud, but, like, you already have so many.
Caleb.
Why wouldn't you want to trade? Like, you could trade that for somebody that needs, like, Drake Mays or something like that. And next thing you know, you have even more draft capital to pick even more people. Because, yes, Marvin Harrison's going to be a better receiver than anybody on their team, but you already have a number 1 receiver in the NFL in DJ Moore. You have a really good number 2 receiver in Mooney, and you have a guy that you're not even welcoming in the building anymore. So if I was the Falcons, I would be calling and saying, hey, what's the price for him? Because we will give you more draft capital so you can have 3 first-round picks. And we want
And
to
for
see
the Bears, that's a win.
Yeah.
Because
Sorry, Luke. Whether you like to hear it or not, I'm going to tell you straight up. You need both picks. At this point, the way your season's going, might as well just get both picks.
Yeah, and Justin could still turn it around. Like he just played extremely well. Like, what if change of scenery does well for him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that would be
Down there in them Atlanta strip clubs.
absolutely.
Yeah.
What do you guys say? What do you guys say we move on to our next slaughter? And
Oh yeah, this is going to be bad.
Kill them.
This is
This is a clean sweep.
let me hear
Dolphins a lot, Giants a little. That's
I
my
think that
prediction.
basically sums up what we're all going with here.
That's my prediction. I love
I just want to
Babel.
hear scores. I don't care reasoning. I just want to hear everybody's scores to this game.
All right.
With this one.
I'll give you a realist 28-7.
I think they should go for the record 73.
73.
Ooh.
I think they're putting 40 on them. It's at least 40. I'm gonna go 45-10 in this one. It's
Okay.
gonna be a slaughter.
Okay. Matt, how you
Yeah, I
feel?
really think it's like going to be like 28-7 Giants.
38-17.
I like that. That might be the final score. That sounds good.
45. 45 to 13.
13.
Nice.
Okay. Hey, they got 3 field goals.
Yeah, they got a really good.
Two. Sorry, 2. Correction, 2.
No,
Count, 2.
12 points. We're going to switch it to 12. They're going to get 4 field goals. They ain't
All
gonna-
right. Hey, attaboy Graham Gano. Big fantasy week coming for my guy this week. Next game we're going to jump into.
Cardinals.
This should be the biggest shit show in the NFL.
Yeah.
But guess what?
What?
It's not going to be. The Cardinals are going to keep this game close. The Bengals finally get another win. That's all I got to say. Bengals will win, but Cardinals will keep it close.
I like that. I'm gonna go the other way.
Me too.
I'm gonna go the other way. Josh
You like
Dobbs he's been playing him pretty honestly, like surprisingly really well. He's keeping the ball with the offense as much as he can. I'm gonna go Cardinals in this one. Not by much. I'm gonna say like 19-16 type of game, but I got the Cardinals.
As long as I keep picking the Bengals and they keep losing, life is good.
Absolutely. So keep
Go
doing
Chiefs. Matt, how you feel?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm going to pick the Bengals because if I get it right, then yay, I got it right. And if I get it wrong, then yay, the Bengals lose. And nothing against the Cardinals. I think it will be a close game. I just think the talent will be the difference in this game.
It might finally show up.
And not even just on the Bengals offense, like on their defense. I think they're a lot more talented. Dax Hill's starting to play good and fill in that role for Jesse Bates well. And
Go Blue.
Logan Wilson, like him a lot, like both their ends. So, yeah.
Dave, how you feel?
I got Cardinals. Cardinals actually impressed me with the way they played against San Francisco last week. I know the final score didn't look great, but there was 14 points in the fourth quarter that ended up making it a blowout. But
Yeah, through 3 quarters, it was a really good game.
Mm-hmm.
yes, I mean, I think the 49ers are definitely a way better team than Cincinnati. And I think Jamar Chase he's always open.
He's always effing open.
He's always effing open.
I mean, Carolina, he's a better receiver. Go trade for him. He's always open.
Hey, I know he's always got Joe's back, but with the way that's going down, maybe T stays and Jamar leaves.
You
Dave,
never know.
Carolina, jump in on that. Hey, that's the new pin. Jamar Chase to Carolina.
There we go.
Jamar Chase to Carolina. This next game, I'm actually excited for this game because the Rams have played surprisingly well this year. Not surprisingly well because I do believe they've been well coached for the last few years. I just believe they're shocking all of us, especially Puka Nacua. That's my dog.
Yeah.
Fantasy, I will never praise someone like I am Puka this year. Like
I'm
he
so
might.
disappointed in myself. I had a chance to pick him up in a league, and I was like, I don't see him doing it again.
Yeah, I did too. And I told
Matt told me to pick him up in the money league.
But that's another receiver I want in this game. I mean, Carolina, go get Slim Reaper. I mean, he's a
True.
number 2 receiver right now, and he would definitely be a number 1 in most other places. Go get Slim Reaper.
I do.
They're not going to
I do.
trade him, but offer
I do
him
like
a good.
Devontae. I like Cup though. When's he
I
come
just
back?
don't.
Yeah, I was also curious
He's-
because he was
he
on
brought-
IR. Did they take him off IR yet?
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
did.
the 21 day window's open for him to return.
He's coming
now.
close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
But they don't even have to rush it.
I don't think he's gonna play this week. They said, but there's a chance he does the week after. So
But after talking all this, I think Philly wins.
I agree with you. I think Philly comes out on top. I've just the Rams have shocked me, and I want to see how those Philly fans travel because you know them LA teams, they don't have the best home crowds.
One team in the state of California that draws a crowd.
yeah, San Fran.
San Fran.
Golden State.
I knew he was going to say it.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Fair.
I'm going Eagles. Best offensive line in football. That's it.
How you feel?
I'm gonna pick the Eagles, but wouldn't be surprised if the Rams win.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like picking them.
The Eagles are gonna.
It's weird.
I see the Eagles losing like 3 to 4 games this year with the way they've been playing, and the thing you have to look at is which games are they going to lose. I think there's a good chance they can lose this one, but I'm still going to pick them. Coaching, talent, I like everything in their favor.
Dave,
I
how
mean-
you feel?
Maybe not. Sean McVay's a better head coach, I feel like, but all around coaching, the Eagles execute everything to perfection.
Well
No,
ran
not
organization.
And then I think we all said Philly, right?
Yeah,
I
Philly.
believe we did.
Philly,
also.
but I don't like it.
But we wouldn't be surprised if the Rams did pull it out.
Okay, this next one we're just going to say J. Okay, next person can say a letter.
E.
Okay, next.
T.
T. Oh no.
Damn it.
Well,
S.
Jets.
no, we totally did not blow that. We got it.
We got it. We
I agree with you, Dave. I think the Broncos. I think last week was their only win this year, and I think Zach Wilson showed me a lot last week. Who knows? He could snap back to reality, and this could be the new reality. If it is, the Jets are going to win a lot of games, more than what we thought with Zach Wilson as their starting quarterback. And I'll just take the Jets in this one. It's easy. Broncos suck.
Yeah, I agree. I'm also taking Jets. I think it helped Zach Wilson having Aaron Rodgers because if I'm not mistaken, last week was Rodgers' first day back at like his first game he got to attend, and that's
The
what
only
Zach
reason he
Wilson does.
lost last week was because the Swifties were in the building.
Nah, dude, he played so good because Donna was there. Mama
I know.
Kelsey. We all in
27-20.
agreement though, Jets. Jets across the board.
27-20.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Broncos country?
I'll go with the Jets, but Hackett has to call another good game for him. He actually used deep crossing routes against the Chiefs, something that Zach heavily relied on at BYU. So I think this game just depends on Hackett. Chances are Jets.
Game.
I don't know. Jets, whatever.
This next ugly game we got on Monday night before our next key matchup. We'll get into the game of the week in a minute. I was going to say Raiders stink, Packers. Although I don't believe the Packers are a good team. Like I think they're very
Mediocre.
very deceiving.
You know,
They got a good roster on paper, but I don't know. I'm very questionable about that team. What?
I just think they're better than the Raiders.
Yeah, I think they're better than the Raiders. That's a good pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Packers as well. I got that one at like 20-10.
Ugly game.
Yeah, definitely an
Yeah.
ugly game.
I'll be in bed early that Monday night. Matt, how you
I'll
feel
be
about
fine.
that game?
Um, is Jimmy G back?
I imagine so, but I'm not 100% sure.
Now I'll take the Packers. But if Aiden O'Connell was starting, I would take the Raiders because I thought he looked good last week outside of Khalil Mack being back there. But a
Six
lot of
times, dude.
a lot of those sacks he could not have done anything about. He's not mobile. He's basically just like Jimmy G, but younger. And I think Jimmy G lives in his head too much out there, thinks too much. But yeah,
Just to let you guys know, Khalil Mack's like on pace for 124 sacks if he keeps the pace of 6 sacks a game.
I mean, if he
I
gets it one more time this year, that would be insane. Like, let alone like doing it for the rest of the year. That would just be insane. He'd have 12 sacks out of 2 games.
If he does that another time in his career,
Yeah.
I'll be surprised.
Especially at this stage, in his like older stage, like young Khalil Mack straight out of Buffalo, like Raiders Khalil Mack, I could probably see him doing it like maybe another time or two, but I didn't expect when Matt told me that Khalil Mack had 6 sacks. I was like, do you mean a team of the week card in Madden? Like, like what are we talking about here?
But I think we're all going to agree here that the only reason Jimmy Garoppolo has a concussion is because that absolutely brutal tackle by Minka Fitzpatrick. I mean, that was. I mean, he basically tore him limb from limb with that hit. Just oh my gosh!
Did you see what Minka did this week? That pass interference call to give the first down. That was
just
ridiculous.
What is
that
he
was
thinking?
That was worse than the like Rams versus Saints.
Yeah, he was just trying to rip that dude's pads off. It was
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Whew, telekinesis.
Well, we got the game of the week, and I'm pretty sure this is game of the week for literally every show on planet Earth touching
there's
football
no doubt
right
about
now.
it.
This is by far the best primetime game we've been given all year. At least on paper. Obviously, we don't know how the result of the game will go. It could be a complete dumpster fire of defense. I mean, not dumpster fire, because we know how that Rams-Pats Super Bowl was. We all enjoyed watching it. It just sucked not seeing so many points scored.
I don't
This
think
one-
anybody was watching that one.
True. This one, it's tough, man. Micah Parsons is so good at football, but so is Nick Bosa. And quite honestly, I think Brock Purdy. No, I'm not going to make that claim yet. Let me wait till this game.
no, he's a guy.
Brock Purdy's a guy. Matt got me to do it. Brock Purdy is a guy. I think he's top 15, and I think that's shying him. That's underrating him. I think he just makes the right decisions, and obviously he could prove me wrong this week against that defense, but since they've lost Trayvon Diggs, they haven't had that like fire on defense that they were playing with early on. And obviously they lost that game to the Cardinals. That was a bad game for them to lose. We saw what happened last week whenever they bounced back. But yeah, I'm going to take the Niners. I just think they're better. I think they have the Cowboys number, and I think they continue to have the Cowboys number.
David, look, you look like you look like you're ready.
Yeah, Dave, how you feel?
Are frauds. They do this almost every season. They'll start off great and then end up showing their frauds. 49ers kill this team.
David A. Smith coming through on the Cowboys hate. I love it.
Christian McCaffrey is showing why he was the best running back a few years ago in the NFL.
Offensive player of the year. I guaranteed got that.
MVP.
He's competing for it. I told you he could.
That's who I'm thinking is going to win it this year. His stats aren't going to, unless he gets injured, he's going to put up probably his best season since the 1,000 yards receiving and 1,000 yards rushing. he might put up 2,000 yards this year rushing.
I don't think he will lose that streak of scoring a touchdown in a game. As long as he
I don't
plays
think-
like you said
if
and
he's
he does
healthy-
not get hurt, yeah. As long as he's healthy, he's going to score.
Yes. Like, he's just a dominant football player, and the Panthers pretty much gave a bag of chips away for him.
With Chubb being hurt, I think he's the best in the league.
Yeah.
What kind of chips?
Lay's.
What do you think happens in the What do you think happens on the scoreboard?
I think a lot of points for San Francisco, not very much for Dallas. I think Dak is going to completely struggle this game against San Francisco's defense. And I think it could almost look like the New England game last week. Like for the opposite for the Cowboys, though.
Okay.
They're going to be New England and San Francisco. And, like, I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's a really entertaining game because this has been one of the biggest rivalries for a while. Like, you have T.O. going and, like, dancing on the star, like, mooning and getting drilled.
Drilled. That's probably the hardest hit he ever took in his career.
Yeah. And then you have prime time going to San Francisco and doing some nice things.
Very true. A lot of history. A lot of history in this matchup.
Definitely a lot of history.
Fuzz, how you feeling about it? Where you leaning? I already know. You're a Cowboy lover, and you can just admit
He
it.
picked the Patriots last week.
Oh, you did?
Me and him. He talked.
Oh,
me
yeah,
into
he
it.
did.
You did.
I'm a
this
Cowboy hater because they knocked me out of my Survivor League.
Oh,
by
yes.
losing to the Cardinals.
You're not going to pick him
I-
ever again. I remember.
I am leaning towards San Francisco. I think Dak Prescott is going to show his true colors like he did last year. There will be no receiver in the area, and a San Francisco 49er will have the ball right in his
I just hope they
breadbasket.
call a trick play. Put Pollard at center.
I see.
I mean,
see
what
that
were they
going
doing?
down, and then I just think San Francisco's defense is freaking ferocious, man. Their defense is nasty. Top to bottom, they are so good. They are very terrifying.
They don't give up a lot of
So-
points, that's for sure.
Yeah, and then offensively, you got, like we already mentioned, Brock Purdy's making the right plays. You got Debo Samuel and Brandon Ayuk, and then the best running back in football right now, Christian McCaffrey. And their offensive line has been tremendous, getting him holes and letting him just take off. So I definitely got
Best
San
left tackle in
Francisco.
the game
I'm going to
also.
say like
Yeah, I was going to
34-20.
say they have a fullback at left tackle when they pull him in motion. Bro, he comes around in motion and pancakes someone. It's
Yeah,
absurd.
I'm going 34-20 in this one.
How you feel, Matt?
Like the Niners, but I don't think it's going to be very high scoring. I think it's going to be more like how the playoff game was between the two last year. A lot of defense, going to be close. I'll call it like a 16-20 game, 16-23.
Christian McCaffrey. That's his number.
Well, now you got to pick him.
Oh yeah, I said I'd pick the.
Oh, you are taking
yeah.
the Niners. Okay, good.
Just low scoring. It's going to be a boring game probably for most people to watch. Swifties will not tune in this week.
Swifties will not be tuning in.
Swifties will not tune in.
Truthfully, the Swifties are going to be having trouble trying to figure out if they don't have Sunday ticket. They're going to be trying to figure out how to get a Minnesota game on their TV.
Oh, I bet they won't. They're probably like more knowledgeable about the NFL than half of the true fans of the NFL at this point. They take that shit serious.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Swifties do not
They
joke
were-
around.
They're breaking down coverages. They're
She's like, you see that cover 6 right there? Like, oh my gosh, man. I mean, Dawn is up there teaching her everything. So
I just love it because, she was in the bleachers and the other girl was cheer captain.
I hate him.
well, with that one, Dave, let's jump into our Guess Who game for the week. Dave, you got something for us?
This week we're going to be doing Guess the Team by Madden Rating. This is the updated roster ratings. This isn't once the game first came out.
Matt said shit.
This is going to be a struggle then.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would have been able to compete before.
Because I pulled up Madden to see who I wanted to pick before this episode. So we got the quarterback. He's a 78 overall. Great player. Running back, 81 overall. Wide receiver 1, 83 overall. Wide receiver 2, 83 overall. And tight end, 74 overall.
It's not
So you
Fields.
said wide receiver 2 was an 80.
They're both 83 overalls.
They're both 83. Oh, crap. All right. Well, my first guess is out the door. I was thinking.
It's not the
I
Bears.
was starting to think Arizona.
It's the
because I can
Buccaneers.
see-
No, Mike Evans is too high.
Yeah, Mike Evans will be way higher than an 83.
I didn't.
I'm trying to
I know
think. You
Madden
could go.
holds people.
I was thinking maybe. Is it the Texans? I can see C.J. Stroud. Really? I mean, again, I guess they don't really.
Would it be? It's not Seattle because DK and Tyler are probably higher than that.
And Geno's an 80 overall.
Ooh.
That makes sense too. It's not.
Oh,
gonna be the
ooh.
Colts.
Hold on. He just gave us so Geno's an 80. If the quarterback's a 78, let's think about that.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to really.
Slightly worse than Geno. Is it the Lions?
It is not
No, it wouldn't be the Lions. They'd
couldn't
definitely
be.
have Jared Goff higher than a
higher, I
78.
think.
What's the running backs overall?
81.
1.
Broncos.
It is the Denver.
Oh,
there you
worst
go,
team
Matt.
in
All
football.
right. I didn't even think about that. They didn't
It
pop
was
in
the
my head.
Broncos, not the Bears.
Sorry, Dave. Sorry, Luke. I had to let him do it. That was a good one. Good pick.
And
That
it
was
wasn't
really
the
good.
Broncos.
That was a good one. I like that.
That is a good pick because they would keep Russ around a 78. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's accurate. Yeah, I see it now.
And Jerry Jeudy and Cortland Sutton.
Cortland Sutton
83s.
and then Javonte Williams.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
Former.
I get tight end too because
I
Fan.
wasn't even thinking tight end.
Well,
Once
Fan-
I
or
heard
not- yeah,
74,
Fans in
I didn't
Seattle.
even pay
It's
attention.
dude with the long hair. Can't remember his name.
Dulwich.
Troutman,
Dulwich.
right? Oh, I
Dulwich,
thought
Dulwich.
Troutman was there.
I think he's their backup.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
And I mean, it's going to be soon. The receiver 1 is going to be an 83, and the receiver 2 is going to be I don't know what. Whenever the Panthers trade for Jerry Jeudy,
Hey, wish it into fruition, Dave. Wish it into
Oh, I'm
fruition.
just-
Exactly.
talking receiver 1s that getting traded to Carolina. Because if I keep talking about it, Scott Fitter's going to listen to this podcast. I know he does. He's one of our biggest fans.
Yeah, I was hoping about the Steelers doing that same thing to fire Matt Canada, but that ain't never going to happen because of this.
They didn't even listen to their fans.
That's true.
I heard it from my house. Those fired.
Hey,
fans.
Fuzzy, real question, because a lot of Pittsburgh fans have been talking about recently, and they were talking about on the Pat show. At what point do Pittsburgh fans start to blame Tomlin? Because if you're in charge of the problem and you don't take care of the problem,
I feel like you already have to be placing some bit of the blame on Mike Tomlin. You have to be. As for this to be going on already for 3 years and it to be for me sitting
It's
on the
very
couch,
visible.
obvious.
No, it's very visible.
We can all
You
see
guys
it.
look like a high school offense, like you said.
Yes,
like it's
absolutely. So you have to be able to look at it, and he has to be taking some blame. He does not all the blame, but he needs to be taking some blame and realize, okay, like this guy can no longer be part of this offense. He has to go. And then if we get a new guy and Kenny's not the guy, then you start going after, quarterback and whatnot. But I don't know that I'm ready to say that it's Kenny's fault yet, based on what I've seen from Matt Canada.
But you're realistic about it being part on Mike Tomlin's fault because the 3 year stretch of doing it.
It is.
If he
part of
doesn't-
it is definitely part.
If he doesn't fix it, it is his problem.
and if he doesn't get rid of Canada this offseason and the offense looks like this next year, it might be time to move on from Tomlin. I mean,
It's going to be a
nothing-
complete recall if that happens.
Mhm.
If
They would clean
somehow
house.
next year, Mike Tomlin will be gone. Like all the coaches will be gone. Kenny will probably most likely be gone. It's going to be a complete rehaul. If
that happens, we're trading everybody. Everybody's
It'll be
gone.
trading
TJ,
everybody.
We're gonna get money.
It's a full
We're gonna get
rebuild.
picks.
Yeah.
If Tomlin's gone, everybody's gone. We're gonna lose Minko. We're gonna lose TJ. I would hope that we at least keep Alex around because we just signed him this offseason to a pretty big contract.
You okay?
So
What you'll get
You'll
from
keep
TJ.
Alex around?
I'm sorry, Dave. Go ahead.
I was just going to say they're going to keep some people around because you want to have people that you can build around. But it's going to be young guys that you're keeping. It's not going to be anybody
Like
that
Joey Porter, you'll keep him.
Joey Porter, we got to keep George Pickens, even though I don't know. He I had some questions about him. He was being a bit of a diva.
he is a
He was
diva.
being
is
a
a
bit
diva.
of a diva there. So
Week 1, he was being a diva. Like
we're having some issues with. I'm not really one to like call somebody a diva because they're getting frustrated because they're not getting the ball. I mean, all playmakers want to get the ball, but
Very true.
I saw it. There was a clip where as we were getting whooped on by the Niners, he sat down and he's like, "I love it here, bro. I swear I do, but this ain't it."
yeah,
I don't know if that was him
Mm.
frustrated that we were losing, frustrated he's not getting the ball, or if that's just straight frustration with him about Matt Canada. I don't know. Nobody
I
really
think it's
knows
him
that
getting
but
the
him.
ball because he did come out and say that he hates once he's not getting the ball. Definitely when you guys are losing.
I mean, I feel like all receivers should have that mentality, but there's that, and then there's also the shit. Not the whoops.
Oh, you're
There's also the whole situation that popped out afterwards where he liked a comment where somebody or a post or something like that about basically Kenny not being able to get him the ball is basically what it was, and he came out afterwards and said that he doesn't even have his comments on. He didn't even know that happened. So I'm not sure.
See, he got caught in a lie there because it wasn't his post that they commented on. You can turn comments off on your posts, but it was somebody else's post that they posted it on.
Mm-hmm.
So
I guess we'll just see how it pans out with him. I'm not going to say that whether he was lying or not just yet, but at this rate, he's starting to he's giving me some flashbacks to he who we will not speak of. So
Yeah, well, we will see how it unfolds this week. We got a great week 5 ahead. We hope you guys will join us next week, and we appreciate your time. Till next time.